down, and it looked good the day I cut it down. And now it's just covered in dead grass because of the sun. And then the rest of it is literally this high and all going to seed and going right towards my house, which is just. You need to get one of your zero turns over and come hook me up, bro. I'm not important, so I got my name on it. My name's right here. You can talk about it though. You know where I'm at now, right?
No, I don't.
Green place next to this rack.
Oh, okay, yeah, I did see you pick up there.
Yeah. You should see what I've done to the back. For the campgrounds out of it. It's just, I've been for 3 weeks back there. Chainsaw,
Nice.
and weed whacking and lawn mowing. It's beautiful back there.
Cool.
But the front half of the property looks like a jungle. You can only do one section at a time. It's like 6 acres, and I basically do it by myself with hand-me-down tools. So I can only do a section at a time, so by the time I get done messing with one, the other one's just crazy.
Did you buy that place?
Long story, but we're working on it.
Cool. Yeah, I think that's a pretty cool place.
It is, the property itself. This is really what
It happens, it's late. Yeah.
it's livable, obviously living. But,
There you go.
the property and the way it backs up to the river.
Yeah.
And there's like a landing out, actually, I'm like, I hear somebody on my property, and I go driving back there, and it's like a kayak or a floater.
Are
or somebody
we
just-
ready?
This
No?
big area
Okay.
back there.
No.
I don't think Zoom's
How
up
many,
yet.
how many feet of river frontage you got right there?
Oh, there she is. I'm looking in the wrong place.
Who do we have online?
We have no one
Yes.
online,
Oh, okay.
but I open it up just in case we wanna switch it to the,
Right,
packet.
you bet.
And I am ready whenever you are.
Okay, I'm ready.
Let me put record.
I just like it to hit the.
Oh, and if everyone can go ahead, turn on your microphones.
Okay.
Thank you.
Recording in progress.
Good evening, everyone. This is the Parks and Rec meeting. It is May 16th, 2024, 6 p.m. And let's see, welcome everybody. Omega, please call roll call.
Sandoval, the chair, she's excused. She sent a message.
Yes.
Buckles,
Here.
Harrison,
Present.
Hebert,
Here.
Hillyard, here. Myers also sent me an email saying that she was not gonna be here. Pugh? Here. Baker, I'm still, trying to hear back from him.
Okay. Alrighty. Do we have any deletions or additions to the agenda?
There was only one thing in the agenda I added to item F, number 3, just in case we wanted to discuss other parks.
Okay, great, thank you. And everybody has the amended agenda, is that correct? Okay, good. All right, going on to C, public comment period. The public comment portion of the agenda is the opportunity for Parks and Recreation Committee to listen to the public, but not for dialogue. The commentators are allowed up to 3 minutes to present information relevant to this committee, not otherwise listed as an agenda item. Please note, complaints should be first addressed to the appropriate city department and/or city manager prior to directly addressing the Parks and Rec Committee. Is there any public comments? Okay, then we'll go on to number D. Approval of the minutes, Park and Recreation meeting minutes for April 18th, 2024. Yes.
I'm going to assume, I guess this is for Omega, this is basically what I read online, right? Same thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Do we need a motion to?
Yes.
I motion to approve the minutes from the meeting of April 18th, 2024. Second.
Okay, thank you, guys. Okay,
Can we have a vote on that?
oh, yes, we vote on that, please. This is why I'm a backup. Thank you, Megan. Thank you very much. Okay, it appears that it was all approved, so. E, new business, there is none. Okay, F, old business, designing of the Sheridan Park updates. Who'd like to talk about that? Omega, do you know who's?
Yes, that'll be Sandy and Kenny.
Okay, yay.
Well, the Sheridan City Park,
Mhm.
we have, we got our Mister system ready to go for the heat. So that's our cooling center there, covered in the pavilion area. And
And that starts at 3?
at 1,
Oh, at 1.
providing it's like the temperatures are getting up
Okay.
near 90, then we'll turn it on, leave them on for a couple hours.
Okay.
The sprinklers will be on. The cooling center is in the little pavilion, of course. It's just a mister setup up top. And, it got used quite a bit last year. Last year was the first year we had it, we installed it. A lot of people used it.
Is there like a notification that goes out on that?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Is that like a manual thing that the public can turn on and off, or is it a time thing that goes every once in a while?
Yeah, we have to manually do it.
So you physically have to show up, turn a valve or whatnot, and leave it on for a while, and then come back and shut it off?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Which we got a park guy that, it's not an issue. So,
And one more time, who's your park guy? Is that Jake?
that's Jay Thompson.
Okay, Jake's the park guy.
Is that every day overnight?
Yeah, that we're here.
Yeah.
Monday through Friday, I should say.
Okay.
And then we are, in the process, getting a lot closer to finishing our horseshoe pits. And that's gonna be a rather large job. Cause that's all gonna, basically, will be probably 90% concrete when we're done.
Is that scheduled to be done before hometown days or after?
I'm trying
Yeah.
really hard to get it done.
So I'm confused. Can you help me out, Kenny? So the horseshoe, you're saying that area needs concrete?
To make it regulation,
Mm-hmm.
it's supposed to have concrete, an 18-inch wide concrete strip,
Okay,
46 feet long on each side.
wow.
And then the horseshoe pit itself, the square pit, also has to be concrete around that box where
Okay,
the rod is for the horseshoes.
okay.
So that's gonna be a pretty big task.
Yes, it is. Wow.
So, but I've got a couple contractors looking at it right now. It's something that we're gonna have to do out of house probably. It's too big for us to
Okay,
handle.
so contractors.
So, and then we're looking forward to get our Foursquare put in. And we just received today our tetherball, bowl and stuff, so
Nice, yeah.
there's a couple other concrete areas down at the park. So that's pretty much all the updates we got at the park. Unless you wanna
The
talk about.
restroom got the electricity in.
Yeah, the restroom, we got that in. Got a brand new roof on our bathrooms at the park. New skylights. That was due to the tree falling
Okay,
over one of our ice storms. So we got that done. We got electricity put into the bathrooms, which we've never had before, which is really nice. We'll be able to keep the bathrooms open 12 months, we won't have to winterize it every year.
so what are how long is it open? Is it open from the restrooms 8 in the morning to 4?
I believe it is 8,
7, I think.
Oh.
I think it's 7.
it must be 7, it is 7,
Okay.
because I checked
7
them
to
here a couple
6
weeks
or-
ago, and it was before 8 o'clock, it was 7:30, so I think it's 7 to 5.
7 to 5, okay, thank you.
Is that something that the Hometown Days Committee can request to have open later on the Friday that Hometown Days is going, because the events are in the park until like 9 or 10?
You bet.
Awesome.
And who does that request, will Jake cover that, or will
You could send that right to Sandy.
Sandy? Okay, good question.
I have a comment on that. I didn't catch when you said you lock them up at night, I'm guessing business hours.
They're automatic door locks.
Okay, and what time did you say they close? Cause
7 to 5, 7
Okay.
a.m. to 5 p.m.
the issue I see with that personally is that a lot of people wanna take their kids to the park after they get home from work. They just don't get to go potty. Is that something we can think about? Maybe if they're automatic and it doesn't require you guys to have any more work, maybe leave them open in the summertime till 8-ish. You know, that's when it starts getting cooler and dark and everybody starts going home or whatever, but a lot of people work until 4:30, 5 o'clock and then they wanna come to the park. They never get to see the nice restroom you guys keep on.
Sure. Yeah, I think it's something that would be up for discussion. That, I know
Is
that
that something
we
we
have
discuss or
had,
is that a council thing?
we have had a humongous problem with vandalism.
Transient and so forth, yeah.
And we've battled a lot of different things in those restrooms, about trying to keep them open, you know.
Yeah, I would understand. I definitely would not wanna see them open all night or anything like that. But one thing I have an issue with, especially in situations similar to this, is regular people having to suffer for what those people do.
Oh, yeah,
You know, and I'm sure you feel, I've had conversation with you, I know you feel the same way.
many times.
So, you know, it may be, like I said, I don't know who needs to discuss it, but maybe it's something that could be maybe just for a couple more hours, you know, maybe 7:30 or something.
I could
5
totally
o'clock
see
seems
that.
like a really weird hour, cause
Because
that's,
in the summertime, I could see it, you know.
cause it's here, it stays light till 10 o'clock at night, you know, so.
Yeah, I think we could probably do something with that.
So we as a group could recommend, and again, it's up to the city, public works and folks to, and then if, unfortunately, if the vandalism kicks in, then things will have to go back to.
Unfortunately.
So would you like to make a motion that the city would, consider opening?
Make that a topic of discussion, maybe, is that what?
Well, or just so it's an official kind of recommendation. Oh, go ahead.
It does not need to be that formal.
Not formal?
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
just go back to you,
Okay.
go back to the whole, committee on it.
Okay, thank you, appreciate that. Okay, sounds good, I mean, especially again with the summer and more people
Well,
out later.
Providing we
Yeah.
don't end up with issues out of it, it
Yeah.
sounds like a win-win, cause
Yeah,
it doesn't cost them
absolutely.
anything.
Well, and again, we really do count on our fellow citizens to help out, and if they see something, say something. And even if, I don't know if we need a sign that says, if you see vandalism, please contact us or something, because,
Well, my thought up until like
Mhm.
maybe 8 o'clock, there's still enough people in the park to discourage that.
uh-huh,
If they're gonna do it at 7 o'clock, they're
Right.
gonna do it at 2 o'clock,
that's true.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, they tend, I would think, again, don't know, but most of the vandalism, yes, is when there's less people.
There's less people to see to it,
Yes,
yes,
yeah.
correct.
All right, thank you. Any other comments on that?
I do have another question, sorry.
No, no.
That's why I'm here, right?
Exactly.
I was just wondering if there was any more discussion about the things I brought up about the dog park at City Park. I don't see any of it on the agenda, and he didn't mention any, so.
I think it's, again, we could talk about that at other park updates.
Okay.
If that's, then we'll
Okay.
into that. Okay, if there's nothing on the park, how about the Southside Park updates? Who would like to talk about that? Yes?
Yeah, we're moving along on it. I think everyone knows the septic tank is installed.
Right.
That's a big thing for us. The next big thing is we got the boring done for power.
Okay.
And the contractor has just started breaking ground yesterday, actually building of the restrooms. So the plumber was out today and he got all the plumbing done. So, we've got the spots laid out for the food carts. And we have a spot in mind for the camp host. And next thing we have to do is we gotta put sewer in from the camp host spot over to the septic tank. And we still gotta run our water and stuff to all those sites as well.
Is the restroom that's being built, is that a separate contractor coming in and doing that, or?
Yeah, it's Brian O'Neill, he's a local contractor here.
Okay, and is it gonna be concrete blocks or
It's gonna be block building.
block
It's a
building?
combination. It's block from the bottom and then the top is wood.
Yeah.
Okay,
If you've seen the pictures of the pre-built, maybe,
it's been a while.
so he's basically building the same thing from
Okay.
ground up
Yeah.
instead of ordering the pre-built.
Okay. And that's cheaper, is that?
It is cheaper.
Okay, thank you.
Considerably.
Okay, well, we like, cheaper. It stays in budget, so.
So is
yes.
Sandy and I, we
Mhm.
do other things with that money.
All right, yes, there's many, many projects.
But it'll be, after the concrete work is done, then they'll, pavers are all ready to go. They're just waiting on us to get ready for them to come in. Get the paving done.
The contract says 30 to 60 days for building, but he's pretty confident he could probably get it done in 30.
In a month, yeah.
Do you guys have a best guess when, like, the dog park, when do you think the dog park part of it might start at South Park?
It
That's
would be after the
good.
paving, so the paving is the parking lot and around the pond.
Uh-huh,
So there's an ADA walkway around the pond.
yes.
So once we get that out of the way, we can start on the dog park, and we're also trying to finish Jefferson Street
Right.
before we start another one.
So again, just on the South Park, are we thinking the paving and everything will be done at the end of June? Wow.
We're hoping.
The pieces really lay together. It's
Okay.
one piece at a time, and
Uh-huh.
they don't really take very long each necessarily, but it's, you can't do them all at once. There's not
Right.
enough room
Right,
and so the septic was the big one, and the electricity after that, it's just one step at a time.
okay.
Is there any of these things that are gonna have the park shut down to the public while you're working on them?
The paving of the parking lot,
When is that scheduled?
it is not technically scheduled
Yeah.
because I need to have the restroom built, and he said 30 to 60 days,
So
so.
I was just curious, there's supposed to be.
June
a
is
fishing-
when they're planning,
So June 8th, there's supposed to be a fishing.
right,
derby.
it'd be after the fishing.
Okay,
derby.
okay, perfect, yeah, I was just curious if
Yeah.
that was gonna be.
Hopefully, the restroom will be done right before,
Ooh, wouldn't that be
and
lovely?
then the parking can be done right after,
Nice.
Nice.
hopefully.
Yes, we'll keep her. Okay. Any other questions concerning the South Park? Okay, all right, then we'll go on to the other park updates.
So what he voiced was the dog station being at the actual, fence.
Yes,
And we are going to have one put up at the fence, on the fence area. It hasn't got done yet, but it'll be done this week.
Awesome.
Or tomorrow. He said he'd get to it.
Those are good. Now,
I think that was the only thing that you had commented on.
It's the only thing I recall at the moment.
okay, good, hey,
I have a comment.
Sure.
About the picnic tables and the city park. The cheer team has volunteered to sand those down and repaint them. And we just got through tryouts and we have all the cheerleaders ready to go. We just need them moved after hometown days, so we're not disrupting all of that to where we can sand them and paint them. We have all those items donated. So I didn't
Oh,
know how to
nice.
request that to be done.
Yeah, that won't be a problem.
Okay,
You can just,
send an email.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Perfect.
what color?
Chalkboard, we had approved doing chalk
Yes.
paint so people could write on it with chalk and it's easily washable.
Oh,
Yeah, and all the things that.
cool.
Yeah.
That'd be neat.
But that will be after hometown days, you said?
Yeah, we read, because tryouts just happened and we didn't want to take them out and have to sand them during all of that, so we wanted to wait till after. Yeah, because we don't, with teenagers, it's a hit and miss, who shows up and who doesn't. But, we wanted to make sure they were still there for hometown days. Yeah. Less vandalism hopefully that way, they can just draw on it with chalk and we can get rid of it.
do you wanna talk about, Jefferson Street?
So I talked to Russ from Skybirds today, and by tomorrow we will have the quote from them on the fencing and stuff. So we had got a quote from Home Depot.
Home Depot.
One of the,
Right,
and so we were seeing if they can match it or come close to that to keep it
local,
local.
yes,
And
that's
he's
nice,
pretty sure they will.
okay,
They had
good.
a few more questions today for me, and I called him back and just said by tomorrow that should be done. So we can get that ordered.
Do you wanna tell them, the decision was, originally, we had thought about a 6-foot chain link fence for the dog park, at least at Jefferson, but we found that that was too expensive. So we backed it down to 4-foot chain link fencing. And, we're counting on dog owners to keep their dogs, from, jumping the fences.
In my experience, because I have a lot of dogs,
Uh-huh.
we acclimate them at dog parks,
Uh-huh.
and usually they're too busy with the other animals
Yes,
to worry about
yeah,
jumping the fence.
Yes, we're hoping again, so.
And it's nice with the shorter ones, because then the people can see over them, you don't feel like you're in jail while you're walking your dog in the dog park.
Yeah, I think too, one of the concerns was that because the railroad track was sort of close, that maybe some of the dogs would be a little scared, but we've got trees, coming, those,
Arborvitae.
Thank you. So we're hoping those will be used again as buffers to help too, so.
We did have a sign made stating that, to let dog owners know that there's a train that runs,
Oh,
not
that-
on any
yes.
particular schedule, but to be more attentive to their dogs if they hear the rumbling and
Right,
noise of the train, because it's close to them. So
Yeah.
we had a little sign made for that too.
and again, we did a 30-foot help me out buffer from the railroad track, so that's how far we had a setback for where we're gonna put the fence, so.
That's, oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay, I just wanted to clarify, you had said, you were talking to Skybirds,
Or-
Russ, is it
No,
Sheridan
it's
building?
Sheridan.
Okay, I was gonna say,
Sorry.
cause I know Russ is
See, it's
there, I
like
was like,
Lowe's and Home Depot, right?
yeah, no, I was just clarifying.
It gets confusing.
So assuming that it can be ordered, the fencing this month, and it would come in fairly quickly.
I would assume it'd be pretty quick.
Do you have a guesstimate, Kenny, on when, the fencing might go in, and we're gonna have some grass, right? Or we're gonna do grass seeds, is that, okay,
Yeah, I figured that we would, as soon as we get the fencing material, we're gonna go on it, we're gonna
Okay.
start.
I would assume that would be at least later part of June, because we have so much going on at the beginning of June. with
Right.
hometown days
That's
and
something you
cleanup.
guys are doing, not subcontracting, you guys are doing it, gotcha.
So I would assume it would at least be the later part of June if it comes in that quick.
And my understanding is we're still within budget for the dog park, the East Jefferson. Is that
Yes.
an accurate statement or we're not sure yet?
So, yeah, I mean, we haven't got
Right, I
all the
understand.
numbers together.
No, but he
It's-
said he would be really close to that.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
that still gave us some room, so.
Okay, excellent. Okay. And we've got lighting, we've already got the lighting lined up for there
And the dog station.
and the dog stations.
One thing I
And
did
the
not,
signage.
I don't think I talked to anybody about it, maybe I did, but as far as the lights go at the dog park,
Mm-hmm.
we have all these, they're basically like, I think they're 2,000-pound concrete blocks
Yes.
that we're gonna be moving from the fish pond.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking, instead of the expense of doing forms and concrete and all that, we just make a pad out there and set those blocks down, and they're heavy enough that we'll be able to mount those light poles on those blocks throughout the dog park.
Okay.
And if everybody agrees to it, it'd be another place for people to sit down. If
Okay.
they wanna walk around out in the dog park area, it'd be a kind of a bench, cause they're probably 3 foot off the ground or
Okay. Well, we do have benches too already.
so.
I do like the
What
thought
was brought
process
up at
of
the
doing
meeting
that.
and they were talking
Okay,
about
sure.
maybe having the
Industries like over
high school
there,
paint job.
sometimes us.
Yeah.
different symbol or something. At the
Yeah.
dog park.
Yeah.
maybe.
Okay, that
Make
sounds,
those
yeah,
blocks or,
Be a good
Sure.
senior project.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, sounds good. Alrighty. Any other comments on the dog parks? Okay, what other, we've got the skate park. I know, I do have the information from Vivian on the account. There's been an account open at First Federal through, it's Friends of the Sheridan Park, and have the account information and stuff like that. So that if there's anybody that wants to donate to the skate park, they can do that. Just go over to First Federal and say, I'm gonna deposit through the Friends of the City Park, specifically for the skate park. They can, put it into that account and stuff. So that's a good sign. And then also, it'll be discussed during the city council budget committee, talking about funding for that too, whether the city will match a certain amount. So that's the update on the skate park. Any other groups that want to talk about their subcommittee or anything on the RC?
No, that was mine.
Okay.
Haven't really touched base, both of us have been really busy the last month, so.
The good news, right, is the hometown.
I was
days.
gonna say,
Yeah, go ahead.
he is, Eric has been in contact with Hometown Days Committee and will be holding an RC car event from 10 to 4 at Barbara Roberts Career Technical Education Center, along with the events that are normally at Barbara Roberts. So that's pretty exciting.
That is
And
exciting.
I'm not in the RC car world, so I don't really know what that looks like, but we're gonna advertise, I got it, I know a bunch of kids.
Is that the?
Down
Jefferson.
Jefferson, yeah, all the way down in it. And actually, that's, I don't know if you've read about the cleanup day where you can bring appliances. It's down that street at that location, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, any other updates on subcommittees or? Yes, oh, I'm sorry, Riverfront, my bad, go ahead, Ernie,
We were
please.
just having a meeting today.
Yes, I know, and it's like, oh,
Yeah, I'm glad that Kenny's here because I have a little update on the clock tower down there. We have that sitting over at my sister Lucy's shop, the Tupper Chevrolet building.
Yeah.
And I was able to get Mark over there. He's a contractor that's redesigning it. So we have all the sheet metal and everything there. He's gonna be working on that over the next couple of days. Sunday, we're gonna be there probably for a good part of the day to frame it and sheet it. and then set the clock in it. We have the clock over there and the timer, and the GPS and the photo cell and that sort of thing. And I talked with Aaron with Stuck Electric, and he's gonna be there 10 o'clock on Sunday. So I can go over the schematics with him, and he can kind of see where he might wanna, what he might want added or included. Like the GPS, for example, it's in my hand, it's flat, you know, probably see them on boats and stuff. Well, that's gotta be in an unobstructed place in the atmosphere, so I was wondering why they gave you like 200 yards of line up, so you can get it someplace where it'll do that. A possibility might be on the top of the tower itself on the roof, right behind the peak, so it's not that visible from the street. And then that way, Mark could figure out, you know, he could get the right size conduit, get that prefab. And we wanted to try to get it all set up and maybe even run it before we actually have it put up on the tower, so that he doesn't have to spend a lot of time up there trying to figure out what to do. So we're hoping that by the end of day Sunday, it would be pretty well complete. I talked with Dick, and he has the machine that took it down, I was gonna put it back up. And he's getting real close to taking that thing back out of town, and once he does, it's not coming back. So I talked with him, he said, well, if we could get that done by, you know, the end of the month, you know, I'd like to actually have it done before Memorial Day, but I don't know if I could get all the players in place, so you would be one of them. We're gonna leave it on the trailer that it's on. I told Dick that we would just drive it around over there, where he could just pick it up, and then he'd be down. And then Aaron could, you know, take care of hooking it up, but I needed to check with you on what day or days might be available. It sounds like you guys are kind of busy.
Yeah, it is very busy right now, but you tell me what day works for you, and I'll see what I can do on my end.
Do you still need 3-day notice like you did the last time?
No, just like a day's notice or something, so we can get parking, you know, cleared out, and we can get our equipment in there. Let the cafe know and stuff, so like a day in advance would probably be good.
What's your vacation schedule look like around here? Because Memorial Day is like the following weekend.
We got all next week, right? And then that following Monday, the 27th, is that?
That's Monday, that's a 3
It would
day.
basically have to be
I
next
didn't know if
week.
we might have people off the Friday for 4-day or.
Yeah, I got people that work 4 10s, and then I got people who work 5 8s.
Well, I can give you a call, Sunday or Monday, and let you know what it looks like.
Okay.
Cause we'll need I'm guessing, maybe a couple days after that. I think Wednesday in the forecast was the only rain day, and Dick
Yeah,
doesn't like to
yeah.
work on rainy days.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, well, maybe Thursday would be a good day, but it just depends how Sunday goes. If not, we'll kick it to the next week, but
We could shoot for Thursday. Do you wanna shoot for Thursday, and I'll contact you if it's not gonna work for us?
yeah, why don't we just kind of pencil it in? So at any rate, that's kind of once we get that completed, just the next step, as far as the tower goes, there's 3 panels on the bottom of it, and we'll be replacing those 2, but the main thing is get the clock in and get that working. That's gonna be a big thing, and then we'll redo the plaque board. In the front, there'll be a kiosk. It'll be a lockable kiosk with a special type of, it's not glass, but it's like an acrylic.
Right.
And then we can put like notices and, you know, not like lost dog or car for sale, but I mean, things that the city or the counties or Belmont or Grand wants to promote. So that'll be on the front. Plaques will go to the back side, and then the third side will be reserved for when we do plaques for like park rules and regulations or contacts with the city if they want to have an event there, that'll come a little bit later, once
Yeah.
we get the deck completed. So as far as that goes, the engineer is still working on the, just to make sure everybody knows, we're gonna have a pathway that'll go from the upper part of Morgan Street, and it'll be going under the pavilion, under the bridge, and come out at Chester Moore Park. And so that'll connect the two parks. And so we're getting the engineering done for that and permitting. And then there'll be a retaining wall put behind the pavilion where there's kind of a large tree currently. And at the far end of the park, by Morgan Street, the westernmost part, that'll be excavated, and a pathway will be going down from the upper parking lot, which will be a parking lot, down to that area for a launch landing part. And that'll be for non-trailer type of craft, so it won't be like a boat ramp, because it just won't work. There's not enough room between Morgan Street, the parking lot, and ingress and egress for that. And you can't have cars running around down the bottom. So it'll be mostly probably a 20-foot paved path that'll go, instead of straight down the hill, it'll be angled down. So it'll be a lot easier for people walking down and up. So it'd be craft that you or a couple people could handle.
Kayak or inflatable or something.
Yeah, well, kayaks and canoes, rafts, that sort of thing. You know, somebody asked about, you know, like, what if you had a little bigger, like a drift boat? And it would probably, when we used to have the river races, people would use drift boats, but they were the smaller wooden type. And you could always put a small dolly under it and wheel it up the path, as far as that goes. So we're kind of limited up where the parking lot will be. There'll be a landing site up there, so you can either go to the path under the bridge to the other side of the bridge, or down to the launch landing site here. Under the bridge would be where probably people would go, because it's more of a gradual slope into the river, for people that just want to wade or swim or have a little inflatable over there, up for crawdads or whatever. The other end of the park, it's a little deeper where the channel comes through that part, so that would be more for like the launching, and you're keeping those two activities separate so you're not bumping into each other, which was kind of a recommendation that the river committee came up with. So I think Heidi wants to get, well, I'm not sure when the engineers will be done, but she'd like to get that out to bid to see what that part of it would run, so that we could look at possible funding to get that started. The pathway also will be a support wall for the pavilion. So there's a wall there now from the 106 building, the one that's got the graffiti on it. That'll probably fall down one of these days, so when it does, that whole bank will go with it. So this will be a wall right behind that, fully on the city's property, and it'll go down to the bedrock, and it'll serve as a wall plus a probably be about 8-foot pathway is what we'll end up with. Trying to make it wide enough so the city could use that to run over to Chester Moore, back and Mall and come back. And then from that, we will use the existing blue lamp on the northern end of the post, and that'll be mounted on that. That'll become the new foundation for it. Once we get that done, then we can work on taking the wall off the back and boards and redoing that platform under a new design. So this is kind of a big part to get that done. So if we have some people that are, you know, I've talked to that might be willing to donate some of those materials for the upper deck, but they don't want to donate anything if they think it's going to end up in the river. So that'll be kind of a key part. So that'll be coming next. I don't know how soon Civil West will be done with theirs, but it seems like Heidi wants to get that out to bid pretty quick, just to find out. We need to know what is entailed and how much money we're talking about to see which funds we might go after.
And it'll be in like 3 phases, you think, Ernie, for, you know?
Yeah, there's different, yeah, there's a few different places that we can look for money. There's a group, I met with them this morning, It's a South Yamhill River Access Program. And they've, I'll just sidetrack here a little bit. So we looked at a lot of different sites up and down the South Yamhill to go on this river trail, if you will. And we went from like 30 sites to 15 to now it looks like about 9 or 10. And Sheridan's on one of them, one of the sites. A site in Willamina, I'm assuming it'll be Hilliston Park, Hampton Pond. And then there'll be a short run on Willamina Creek and one on 2 on Mill Creek. But they don't have anything on the South Yamhill from here to Grand Island, which I found rather disturbing, because that's part of the river. That has to do with ODOT, and I've been in contact with them, so that might not have the benefit of getting funding from this river project. But we'll just kind of have to wait and see on that. But they do have, through the National Park Service, and I think you saw this with Heidi, they have, I'm not good with their acronyms, Rivers, Trails, and Conservation Assistance Program. And so that would help with all of the sites that they land on. We're supposed to have a follow-up, well, it'll probably be not a meeting, but in June, we have it called Base Camp. It's an online program that all the committee members, steering committee members look at, kind of keep on date. Probably in July, I think that they will come with their final draft, is what they said today. And so at that point, it's like the last chance for revisions. And then they want to start moving on, filling out applications. Of course, you're going to have to know, like in ours, exactly what it is you want to go after. Or are you using some other funds or some other money from some other budget that you're going to use? So you got to kind of figure out what's going there. But in answer to the question, the upper parking lot, that could be considered part of the Parks and Rec or economic development, could have other funds available for that. So we got a ways to go to figure out, what we can fill in where and move forward. So first things first, want to get the tower done, then get the engineering report in, and I'd like to see that work started this summer sometime, if they could do that. So it sounds like there's a possibility that could happen, don't know, but that's certainly the right weather conditions that we need to do it. Start getting into past fall and you're off to another year again. So that's kind of where we're at.
It'd be awesome if that pathway underneath was in the first phase of, yeah.
Well, and it makes sense because we need that for the foundation.
Yeah.
So we said, if you build this all together, because that wall will then become part of the walkway, so just do all that at once. And then on the landing site, that's out of the floodway, but it's definitely in the floodplain. So whatever dirt is removed there, we gotta put it somewhere else on the same property. It's a fill and remove type of thing. It's gotta be a net zero. You take it out here, you gotta put it somewhere else in the same lot. Well, that dirt was filled in there from where the pavilion was back 30 years ago. So all we're doing is taking it out, putting it back behind this retaining wall that would be behind the pavilion to flatten that area out back there. So it'll be an upper part that'll look down on the lower part where the landing is. Or you can go under the bridge over to Chester Moore and then walk down into the river on that side. And as far as the 106 building, it's just there, but I did talk to I got a call, it was the night before last, with one of the owners who apparently is the only owner now, because he bought the other partner out, and wants to come down and visit and see what might be done with that. I don't know what that means, but we'll see. So we're just going about it just as if nothing's going to happen. That's the only thing we can do. But there might be some movement on that. I don't know.
Well, that's
Sounds like it would be a very nice one.
I almost fell out of my chair when I.
Yeah, wow, that's awesome.
All
All right, good news all the way
right,
around.
we'll see.
Yes. Okay, if there's no other updates, we'll go to G, public comment period. Is there anybody that wants to make a comment?
Anybody online?
There's someone online, but I don't know if they wanna make a comment.
Okay, well, we'll go on then if there's no comment. H, city manager report is attached. I don't think, did you get the updated thing, Ernie? Cause a portion of what you just talked about is
Yeah, it is.
in Heidi's, city manager report.
Yeah.
So, we can all kind of read that, but, if there's no questions on that, just go on, cause we can read that. Okay, I, committee members' comments. Anybody have comments?
Can I,
Yes,
go back to the Morgan Street?
sure.
I don't know if, have you happened to drive down there recently, within the last week or two?
Not the last week or two.
Well, Public Works went in there and we, took that building out.
Oh, you did?
All the debris is gone. We cleaned that lot. Cleaned it up, and leveled it out as good as we could. While we were doing that, we discovered we hit a wellhead shaft that was on that property that no one knew about.
Was it where the house was?
It's to the north of where the house was.
Between the house and the garage or?
It would have been like to the east of the garage. So right now, we just got a steel plate over it, and, probably gonna have to end up filling that in with concrete.
Can't turn it into a drinking fountain?
I was gonna ask that, is it an active well, or is it just an old dead
I
end?
don't know, I think it's a dead end.
Cause I was thinking the same thing, he just
I
said
looked
that would
down
be
there.
nice to make it a fountain or something.
And
You can't just dump rocks.
No, generally you have to cap.
we're gonna,
No,
yeah.
I mean, after, before you cap it, don't you, or it has to be concrete.
Well, if we were gonna make a parking lot out of that,
Oh, I get you.
that
You're
would be
gonna
a
end up
single.
with a,
Okay, a divot,
And
okay,
also-
got it.
So I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do with that yet.
Okay.
what else did you run into? Well, the only reason I'm asking is because I
A
know
lot of
that,
junk in that building,
huh,
a lot of junk in that building.
was there?
Yeah.
Well, I know that, the 106 building, this is going back probably more than 30 years. They had a sewer put in there. It was suspended under the deck when they built the deck, which wasn't done to code at all.
No.
But it beat just having a pipe dumping down into the river like they had. So there's and I think behind the museum, it looks like there was some paint, like maybe a storm sewer or. There's a lot of different stuff.
There's a sewer line back there.
There is.
Yeah, it's a little closer to, Center Market. By that sewer line, that's true.
So some of those have sewer running out the back instead of to Bridge Street. What about water and gas? Does that come from Bridge Street?
There's water and gas back there. It goes down.
Got a little bit of everything in.
Yeah.
Oh, and one way, again, we're glad that you found it now versus, when you're working on it to make a parking lot or something.
Yeah, and like when they make the parking lot, it's not like you can just go in and like
Right.
level and pave it, they'll
Yes.
probably wanna take it down like, could be a foot, to compact it with rock and stuff.
Sure.
Otherwise it'll look like the Select Market parking lot.
And
Used to
we're
be
going to
built.
have to put a storm drain in that
Yeah.
parking lot. So we'll have to tie in to the storm.
Okay.
Yeah, I noticed that some of the gutters off the buildings are going out over that bank and it's already eroded that. Somebody just stuck it in there.
Yeah. That's all comments I had on that.
But it must look a lot different. Those trees will probably need to come out too.
Yes, most definitely.
Does anybody here have a need for some cedar? They're pretty big cedar trees there.
Megan, you have a comment?
Oh, I just wanted to make a comment that I found out that, Mr. Baker, was excused.
Okay, thank you. If nobody, I have a couple questions. Okay. The hanging baskets, are they up? Especially the plaza area, the flower hanging baskets? There's supposed to be one at least at the plaza. I'm asking for the riverfront group.
I don't believe they're up yet. I know tomorrow I got it scheduled that we're gonna get the water
If they're
going.
That was the second question, because the riverfront group is going to put flowers back in those 4 half barrels areas, so do you want us to I can text you guys and say the flowers are in, can you turn on the water?
Yeah,
And are they on a timer, or is that how that?
yeah, there is a timer there.
Okay. What's best?
Did we have flowers in those baskets last year?
Yes, it was only one hanging basket right there at the front of, the plaza.
Okay, now the other pots you were talking about.
That barrels further back, half barrels.
Oh, the wine barrel?
Yes, and the water's already, it's piped in, you've got it right there for each one, but once we plant the
Oh,
flowers,
that's toward the back. the
yes,
cover there.
back by the column things back there, so.
You have like, I think over here.
Yeah, they go down and it's a little, I don't know, a sprinkler thing, anyway,
Yeah, we'll have the water ready.
okay. But do you need a text or an email or something, say, we got the flowers in?
Sure, yeah, you can text me or.
Or call, okay, okay. And then my last little comment is about all the way down Jefferson. Are you guys, will you mow along the side there of the streets? Cause the grass is up to, here, and it makes dog walking a little better if the dog disappears into the tall grass.
We have been mowing.
I know, but if we do, we try real hard not to, when the dog goes off but it's right there by where the proposed dog park is gonna be, that's all.
Yeah, that'll be getting taken care of.
Okay, thank you. Any other comments, guys?
Well, I just wanted to say, it sounds like you guys are like crushing it, and thank you for that.
Yeah.
You guys are so busy, and we know the summertime is so busy, so just thank you.
Ernie made a comment earlier about getting jobs done,
Uh-huh,
while the river's down.
yes.
Well, that's huge for us, We can't do a lot of jobs when it's pouring down raining, flood tables up. It's difficult to get jobs done.
Well, especially when in the summer you have vacations, people are
Oh, yeah.
coming and going and stuff, so it makes it, harder and stuff. And, a lot of us are asking stuff and, so you can always say, not right now.
We're busy, I'm telling you, we got a lot of work ahead of us. We've done a lot of work, I'm proud of Public Works crew.
And you guys are amazing, the way you guys help with all the parades, and you come out for all the things, and I don't know if everybody knows that you Santa.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought something looked familiar about it.
Right? Yeah, so you guys are doing a great job, and I'm sure you don't get all the thanks you deserve.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I always tell the newer employees that the fun days, the real fun days are Sheridan days,
Mhm.
kids parade,
Mhm.
cleanup day, that kind of stuff. It's fun, interacting, with the residents.
And that is again, the city, we've had now several cleanup days that have made a big difference to the citizens. And again, me as a citizen, you know, if we can get rid of some, you know, appliance, we'll be happy, so happy to do that. So thank you guys for doing that, putting up these cleanup days where you can get rid of certain things, so thank you.
I wish the city I lived in had that. I've been talking about it.
Well, yeah, mention Sheridan, look like Sheridan.
Yeah, I have.
Yes.
It's nice for the residents.
Okay, well, if there's no other comments, who would like to make a motion to adjourn?
I'll second that.
All right, meeting over.
Well, you're good at this, that's 10 in an hour.
Well,
Like so.
Recording
Well,
stopped.
I think that's a mega.